Hey, well, this is Chase Swift with TrafficWave for Profit with a video today on how to add value to a broadcast. And this is always something you want to do. You want to provide valuable information and genuine help to others. That's the best way for them to get to know, like, and trust you and do possibly more business with you down the road. So, not about spamming people and pressuring them and just being a constant nuisance, but following up with value and broadcasting. And so, I have a series of automatic emails in my TrafficWave autoresponder. You do this by picking the campaign, and as you can see, I have my campaign 2015, and it's a TrafficWave campaign. Okay, so it helps and encourages others to learn more about TrafficWave and to join it, because if you're serious about the internet and having an online business, you're going to want to get leads and prospects through your autoresponder. Once you are in the proper campaign, you'll go to the letters tab where you can review and edit. You can even create a new letter, and you can even retrieve published campaigns that others like myself may have written for you. And that's the value of this published campaign, is you don't have to rewrite it. You'll need the codes to retrieve them. Now, in this campaign, what I'm going to do is go down, and I have some broadcast letters, and I have one that's ready to go and be sent out, or actually been edited and sent out then. So what I'm going to do is just choose from that magnifying glass the edit button so I can edit the letter. Now, I duplicate a lot of these letters a lot. And I should have actually, let's go back. That's kind of an important thing to do. So I'm going to go back and review and edit. Once you have a style and a look and everything kind of formatted, you can just click on the magnifying glass and copy a letter. I'll do that right now. TrafficWave will just copy the letter, and I'm going to put it into the same campaign. I don't need the word copy in this letter. I pretty well know that it will be a copy, although leaving the word copy in the subject line could help you to remember that it's a copy, and you'll want to change the subject line down the road. I will choose to take it out now, and I'm going to go ahead and copy that. So right now, instantly, I have hold number 11, which is the email. And this is the actual number, 313-1274. You don't need to know that number, but that's a very unique letter. And I've just duplicated it with hold number 12. And they both have the word copy, but that was because I've done it earlier. Okay, so I can choose. I like to have a fresh copy, because why? I can just go and edit this, and then down the road, maybe tomorrow, I will edit this one. So it allows me to have the same format and style and look without having to do it each and every time. So I'm going to just go ahead and click on the magnifying glass and choose edit on this one. And then tomorrow, if I should come back and add a valuable broadcast, I will use this, and I will also duplicate it as necessary. Okay? So pretty easy to duplicate these messages that have a really nice look. Now, what I do to remind myself is, this is the subject line. So I remind myself to replace this text and type your subject line here. And then I can also get rid of the word copy. Okay, so I'll just hit the delete button. And what I've thought about today is I could help some of my subscribers learn about maybe a tool to use for free, which is always awesome. Anytime you can help somebody with a valuable tool for free, it's a good thing. So I'm going to go to a new tab, because I've done a video in the past. Now, you can use my videos. You can use anybody's videos. You can use any content that helps and encourages and motivates and just basically helps someone in their personal life, in their business life, whatever. Okay, so I did years ago, well, actually about a year ago, I did a Google Voice tutorial. Needless to say, it's gotten some great publicity. Okay, so here it is right here. And this is one of my many YouTube accounts, 5 free tools. So I did this video on how to use Google Voice. Now, Google Voice is a free tool, so to speak, where you can get a free phone number, and Google will allow you to use that as a phone number where you can call people and also get people calling you. And let's say it's a business number, you can actually have them call your Google Voice number, and it's not going to tie up another home number or maybe a cell phone number that you have. You can just have a separate Google Voice number and set it up. So I did a video. It's a long one, 27 minutes, almost 28. And I get a lot of views from this, and it's helpful. So sometimes you could just look through, and if you're thinking, what could I add value to my subscribers, the people that are getting my email content, what could I do? Well, maybe you're going to teach them. Whoops, I think I told Google to work on that. So let's just go back to Google Voice tutorial, and there it is right there. Teach them some value in maybe a video, or maybe you have a blog or somebody, or you just find some great content, information that helps you in your business. Why not send that to others? It'd be fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write an email. Well, hey there. Okay, this is again a video I did. You do not have to use my videos if you don't want to. That's fine. If you want to use somebody else's content, that's fine. If you have your own, that's even the best, because anytime you're the creator of the content, that's great. But I don't want you to get stuck and thinking, oh, I don't have any content. I don't have anything to send. Well, you can still be helpful by sharing other content that other people have done. So I'm at the part where I would want to set up this subject line, and I always include the first name. Now let me just take that out in case you've forgotten or never known that you can add the first name of your subscriber in the subject line of the email. It's really awesome. And the way you do that is click on Add Token, and these are all the values that can be collected when you get a subscriber. The most obvious ones that are always selected are the name, but you can also choose to do first name, which will just, because most people, when you send an email, you don't say Chase Swift in the email, in the subject line. You'd say, hey, Chase, or, hey, Bill, rather than Bill Smith. Okay, so I choose the first name, and it puts in a code for the first name, and it'll automatically go out. So there it is. It'll automatically put their first name, the subscriber, when they get this email, it'll put their name in there. Okay, so typically right after the double star, don't take out the double star. That's very important. Okay, but you can get the cursor right next to it, and I'll add a comma, and I'll say, have you ever used Google Voice? Okay, so that's a pretty good headline, because what's the topic? Google Voice. Have they ever used it? Because now I have a tutorial on how to use it. And again, if you like this video that I've done, you're welcome to use it. It's gotten a lot of views, and that's just a little bit over 1 year ago, back in May when I did this video. So it gets literally about 250 views a day, which is just amazing. And that's one reason why I love YouTube. You can hit it right out of the park a lot of times when you do a video, because if you are good enough and you target your keyword phrase very well, you can get a lot of free views. Okay, so this is going to be the topic, the subject line of my email. Okay, now the next thing I like to do is there's a lot going on here, a lot of menu items. All this is great, very helpful when you need to navigate the website. But now I'm writing an email. So I like to click right on here to maximize. What that does is it maximizes the letter. So you only see the letter and the icons for formatting up at the top. Okay, so and then when you're done, you'll just choose minimize. Okay, so yes, this is nice to have all this menu here, but if you're going to concentrate on writing a letter, why not just choose maximize and concentrate on writing the letter? Okay, so what I have in this template is a nice heading or a nice headline there, and I replace it. I remind myself to replace it. So let's just say, do you use Google Voice? Okay, that's kind of the topic of my email. Now, in the email, I want to greet the recipient with their name. So I say, hello, first name. Now, this next sentence is just a reminder to me. It's a reminder to me and my team members who use this letter to replace this text with the message. Okay. Now down below is a continuation of content that will remain the same. In this format, my name will appear there, and then my email will appear near the bottom, right under my name. And I will also close with yours in success with their name. Okay. Then I also have a link that will guide them to joining if they're not a member of TrafficWave and they want to use the automation of this wonderful autoresponder and do the same thing I'm doing. They could join TrafficWave. Okay. I also give them some secret codes to this campaign if they're interested in learning, and duplicating what I'm doing. Okay, it's kind of a nice. It's nice to give some people some value and say, hey, I've given you some value, but here's a little bit more that you can get if you're a part of my team. Okay, so you can do that. You can word that in many different ways. So what I'll just do right now is I'm working on this email, and I'm going to replace this text. So I'll just delete it. Okay, so I'll just say, just wanted to send you this, and pardon me while I type this out. If you want to fast forward this video, you'll see in about a minute I'll probably have this sentence typed out. Just wanted to send you this valuable video on how to use Google Voice. I have used this service. Okay, now even though it's free, the word free in your email can, if you use it a bunch, it can be somewhat of a spam trigger. Meaning, someone receiving your email, if they see free, 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 now even though it's in the word of free enroll, that's okay. But I tend to be very selective with my words, so I don't use the word free very often, okay? Just because it's a little overused. Okay, I've used this service myself. And in fact, I recorded this video to show others how to use Google Voice. Okay, I invite you, not the, oh, that's terrible. Invite you to watch and maybe even bookmark this YouTube video for later, as it is around 28 minutes. Okay, but I get a lot of questions about how to use Google Voice. So that is why I recorded this video. Now I'm going to put a bracket and just say it actually gets about 250 views a day. So this is another case in point about the power of YouTube. Okay, that's just kind of a side point that I want to make. YouTube is just, it's one of my favorite free tools. It's absolutely free. It allows you to share valuable content, valuable information, and when others find it, it just gets ranked and popular. And I just love YouTube, and it's actually the way I market nearly everything I do online. Why not? That's one of my specialties, is using YouTube to market TrafficWave and all my other opportunities that I'm passionate about. So anyway, let me go ahead and finish this up. What I'm going to do is grab the YouTube watch link, because it's right up here, and I'll just copy that, come right back over and paste it in. Okay, so if you wanted to just say, let me just say, I hope you get value out of this video, and if you have any questions, please hit reply, and I'd be glad to answer them. Okay, pretty simple. Now, what am I doing here? I'm sending out valuable content about a YouTube video that helps, amazingly, 250 people a day understand the value of Google Voice. Now, Google Voice is also only available in the United States. Okay, so I should mention that if you live in the US, you can use Google Voice. If you live outside of the US, you would have to use things like FaceTime or Skype to make your calls and things like that. So I'll just say that. If you live outside the US, you can use tools like FaceTime, which is on a Apple device, an iPad, an iPhone, or even a Mac computer. Or Skype is available for anyone on a PC or a Mac. So those are, you know, you want to give people a sense of, if they don't live in a specific thing, or they can't get the certain feature or value out of that, make sure that maybe you offer an option, okay, if they can't, you know, take advantage of the information you're giving. Okay, now this is a link. Most of the time, when someone receives a link in the email, it would automatically hyperlink, which means they can just click on it. Right now, this is just text, and what I would want to do is, I like to make it bold, and so I'm going to use the formatting of this menu up here, and there's the bold. So now it's making it bold. Now I also will want to copy it and make a hyperlink. So this link with the little globe is the way that you link or hyperlink a URL or a website. So you just click once, you get a little pop-up, and if you already have it in memory, as I do, I can just right-click and choose. And there is the link. Now, I realize it kind of zoomed in, so let me, having a little issue here with my computer. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. So actually that zoom in allows you to see this little window, and basically you're just putting in the link info. What is the link, or what's also called the URL? And then you'll notice when I clicked on URL, the HTTPS, which is always on a YouTube, moved over here. You don't need to choose that. It'll just move the HTTP or the HTTPS, in this case, right over here, and that's fine. Then the rest of the link is right there, and that's perfect. You can also choose the target, which means if you want a new window, okay, when the reader of the email clicks on the link, it'll open up in a new window. That's kind of helpful. That way they don't leave your original email, but they open up the link or the website in a new window. It's kind of nice. And that's really all you have to do. So you're just going to go to link info, paste in the link. It'll move the HTTP over for you after you paste it in. And then if you want, you can add a new window as the target, and it'll open up a blank window and then load the website. So I'll go ahead and click OK. Now it's colored purple, which means it's hyperlinked. So when they get in their email, they can just click it and it'll for sure open in a new tab automatically. Okay? So that is my email. As you can see, most of this is really simple. I only had to type a little bit, and it's valuable content that helps people learn, in this case, about Google Voice. Okay, so that's awesome. Now, I get questions about what about how else can they connect with you? Well, obviously, I will have my name and my email, and that's awesome. It's great to do that. You can also, in your letters, put a Skype link or a Facebook link if you want to offer your subscribers the chance to connect with you as well. So this could be, instead of a TrafficWave link, it could be Facebook. I could also have a Skype username. There's a lot of information that you could add automatically to your emails to allow your subscribers to follow you and catch up with you and connect with you in many different ways. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on minimize. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose, actually there is one more thing actually I need to do. What I like to do is copy all of the text, okay? And then what I do is press Command C to copy. When you're working in HTML windows, you generally can't do a right click, okay? So I just press Command C on my Mac, or if you're on a PC, you could do Control C. And then I want to send out a text version. Some computer users or email systems, there's not many of them, but every so often you'll get someone that can't read a HTML letter. So what I do is just paste in the text, and this provides text only. There's no formatting. You can't do bold or colors or anything like that. It's only going to be text. And this just provides a secondary way that your email can be read. So that's just a cool little option you can do. You don't always have to do that, but I like doing it when I think about it, as I've done today. So I'm going to go back to the HTML version. So I have an HTML version which has colors and fonts and hyperlinks and bolding and all that, and different sizes and all that, and a logo, everything. And then the text version is just text, nothing else. So I have two versions ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and click Save this letter. It's always important that you save it. Okay. So now if I go down to my held letters, this one right here is the Google Voice email that I just wrote. So I'm going to click on Proofread. Okay. Now, unfortunately, let's see if I can get that into. There we go. I had to get it into the same browser so you could see that. So now I have this Google Voice broadcast. It's not going to go out automatically. I'm going to show you how it's going to go out when I decide to send it. Now, you can use the sample data for the tokens. And remember, I've added first name, I've added the email address that is this email is coming from. I've added my ID for the link. I've added my name and email. All these things are automatic. This is the really cool stuff of TrafficWave. So I generally, when I proofread it, I want to check, use sample data for tokens. Now it's going to put John all the time for the random visitor that would, the random subscriber that would be reading your email. It'll say John. But it does put in my email address that I use to send out in this campaign. It also puts the name John right there, as if John is one of your subscribers. But no, if the gal's name is Sue, it's going to be put Sue. It's not John. It's going to put in the right name for the right person. Okay. You'll also see it's put in my ID, and this will actually become a hyperlink as well. You can leave it as text, but it's just awesome how it's putting in my name automatically and my email and my link, and it's putting John's name every place I wanted it, which is really awesome. You can uncheck the highlight tokens, and that way it doesn't make it in yellow, so you can kind of see, oh yeah, that looks really nice, which it does. Okay, but the highlight tokens means it's going to highlight anything that comes in automatically. That's the value of TrafficWave, in that you can have so much of this automated and personalized. So I don't have to type my name, I don't have to put in my email, I don't have to do all of this. It's just done automatically. Okay, that looks fabulous. So I'll go ahead and here's the close window on the far right. So I'll close that, and I'm back to my letter. Okay, so here it is. This is the one that I've written. Okay, tomorrow, remember, earlier in this hangout, I showed you how you can copy it, and so now I have a formatted email ready to go out on my next broadcast. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is broadcast this because it's written, it's ready to go, and I have subscribers that would love to read that, I believe. So the next step you would do to broadcast would be go to Manage Subscribers. Just click on that. Now in this case, I have 45 names and email addresses, and you could go through there and search different ways and segregate your list. But I believe all 45 of my subscribers would like to know how to use Google Voice. Now, I could do tomorrow, I could talk about other things. I could do, a video or information on how to use Skype, or how to use FaceTime, or, how to copy and paste. There's so much value you can add to your subscribers that they all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but they, over time, they're like, my gosh, I'm getting such helpful information. And even though it may not help them all the time, they're like, this guy is really helpful. He's giving. And that's what you want. You want to be known as a person that is very giving, that is not looking for a buck all the time. And when you help your subscribers, when you add value and you're not needy, okay, I mean, I have my link in the email. If they want to join, they can join. Or if they want to find out more, they can find out more. But if you're helpful and you add value, I mean, this is value. This video I've done, 159,000 people have watched. They didn't watch it because they had to. They watched it because they wanted to. And of that, I've got 604 that have said they like it. 31 or 81 said they didn't like it, but that's okay. You do things because you want to help people, not because of any other reason. So this is valuable. You can use YouTube videos, you can have blogs, you can have all sorts of, it could just be a picture or a meme, or maybe it's a famous quote that's going to help someone be motivated, okay? So all this talk, and I should just go ahead and broadcast that. So what I'm going to do is I'm under my subscribers. I'm going to manage subscribers so I can see in this campaign that I have 45 subscribers. And whether they subscribe today, I actually had some subscribers today. They will get this message, this broadcast. And also the people that subscribed a while ago, they will all get this email. It's literally the power of a click to email or broadcast to this group. Okay. If you have any questions, you can always hover over the question mark. But this is to schedule the sending of a single letter from your campaign to a group of subscribers. Okay. So that's what I want to do. So I click on that. Now, this is the first letter in the campaign, and I want to go down to this one. Have you ever used Google Voice? Okay. This letter ID is the same. So if you have a bunch of letters and you can't remember exactly what the title is, you can always go off the letter ID. That kind of helps you. The other thing is you can do is proofread it. And this is proofreading in a different window. So let me bring it into this browser. So again, that's bringing up the same email that's about Google Voice. Nice and short, simple, good information. And you can still use sample data for tokens and just make sure that's all good. And it is. I can then close that tab. Now, the next thing you need to do is pick a time. When do you want this sent? And I have my time zone. I live in the Mountain Time Zone in Colorado. So that's the time zone. So I don't want to be confused with different time zones. So I always set my own. Today is September 10th. And why not send it out about the right now is fine. Or if I wanted to, I'll just send it out a little bit later. You know, why don't I send it out tomorrow morning, Friday the 11th. And instead of 4:40 p.m., I'm going to send out sometimes first thing in the morning. So that's 8:40. The hour is controlled right in this slider. And then if I want to bring it, let's say 8:30. So I shoot for 8:30. Now this is very approximate. It's going to be really close to that time. So September 11th at 8:30 a.m. And if that's the time I want, I just choose done. And TrafficWave will give you the date and the time for the day and the time that it will be sent. Okay? And I click submit, and I get one more option to proofread it. But I've proofread it a couple times. It's ready to go. It's going to remind me the date and time. And all I need to do is press proceed to continue. And that's sending out a broadcast. And I realize this could have been shorter, could have been quicker. But guess what? Some people will need the step-by-step, the careful explanation of what they need to do to make a broadcast. That's why I take the time to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and click proceed. And there he is. The task is complete in the top right. My broadcast has been scheduled. Okay. So 45. Now this could have been 4,500 subscribers. It could have been 45,000 subscribers. They will all get that email because why? They have given me permission to not only have their name and email, but to broadcast and send them information. If I ever get to the point where I'm not adding value, I'm not helping them, there could be a chance that they would unsubscribe, which means I would have less than 45 subscribers. But if you add value, if you care about people, if you show that in your emails, you're going to build your list, you're going to build your subscribers in a great way. And many of them, not all, many of them will say, my gosh, this is extraordinarily the information I'm getting from Chase, or the information that they are getting from you. So think about ideas of things that you have learned. Use YouTube, use blogs, use images, use Facebook posts, whatever. And then come back into your campaign and TrafficWave. Make sure you pick your campaign. Make sure you go to your letters, and you can start fresh and create a new letter. But I like the power of choosing a letter that already has got a nice format of it, And then I can copy that over and over and over again, and then just come back in and edit it. And then for me, all I have to do is change the headline to a relevant headline that talks about what the content is. And then for me, I just like changing the headline so they can really kind of be reminded what this email is about. And then one small paragraph is all I have to edit. And then the rest of this stays the same because I just want to give them the value. And then if they're interested, they'll join maybe me in TrafficWave and get my letters and do the same thing. Why not? I mean, what I'm doing is not terribly unique, and I might choose a different video than you, or I might choose different content from you, but when you can teach people or share with people what you're doing and valuable information that can help them in their personal life or in their business, you're gonna be regarded as a great a great person that can be helpful and trusted and respected. And that's a good position to have. So I'm gonna just return back to that, knowing that this email at the bottom is ready to go. This one is going to be sent out tomorrow. And then guess what? What if I, in 3 months, like, you know what? I got more subscribers. Why don't I send this Google Voice message out because I have more subscribers? Or maybe they just forgot about it and they got tied up and they didn't understand the email message, or maybe the timing just wasn't right. Well, I can always return back to my subscribers. I can manage them, and then I can pick to broadcast that Google Voice message to my group one more time. So, it's your business, it's your way to communicate. And I just love TrafficWave, and I hope you're getting value out of this video to understand how powerful this is. I mean, TrafficWave, you can use this system for less than $18 a month forever. You can have thousands of subscribers. You can have thousands of campaigns, and I have a lot. And I have a lot of people on my list, and I have people joining my team, and they get to pay the same rate I do. It's a flat rate. It's very inexpensive, and especially if you compare and you window shop and check around the internet, you'll find that TrafficWave, since 2000 or so is when they started, and you're going to find it's a powerful tool that you can use, and you follow some of the advice I have, you're going to do really well, whether you're on my team or not. Now, if you're watching this and you've never considered having a little tool like an autoresponder and building a list of prospects and subscribers that seek you out and need help with some aspect of learning something that you can teach them, this is a very inexpensive and powerful tool. So I teach my team how to use it and give value in this video on YouTube, by the way, on how to do that. Okay. And by the way, I'm doing a Google Hangout, very similar to Google Voice, but it just allows me to do a video. And that video is live right now, and I can show that to you. In fact, I can just go to the previous tab that I was on, and I'm going to choose to paste and go. And the value of a Hangout, and you can see, I was just showing that a second ago, and this is a live Hangout, and it'll be a live video after I'm done. But this is the content, this is the value I'm sharing, how to broadcast value and genuine help to others with TrafficWave. So that's my value to you. And if you don't know what value to send out, maybe you could send out this video in your broadcast, and I will do the training and the teaching for your team and your prospects and your subscribers. How cool is that? So there you can find more videos on my channel with TrafficWave for Profit. I would encourage you to subscribe if you haven't. because the more value I do to my team, you can use these same videos to broadcast value to your team. So that's the value of my Hangout. And like I said, TrafficWave is awesome. And I am one of the top, sorry I have to mention this, but there's a blog link right here. I encourage you to check out the blog. Brian Rooney, the owner, CEO of TrafficWave, really has some great content. But in this case, it's just pointing out that I'm one of the top affiliates. And I'm kind of proud of the fact that since about 2009 when I joined, 80% of the time I'm in the top 20, 25. So I appreciate being here, and I appreciate Brian Rooney for all he's done. It just shows that when you help others, you get rewarded, and it's all worthwhile. So check out the blog. It's trafficwave.net/blog if you don't have the address. And if you're not a member of TrafficWave and you don't have this blog link in the help support area, just go to trafficwave.net/blog. Check out the blog, and I hope this email is, or this video, I should say, and how to email, how to broadcast, has been valuable. So I appreciate you and look forward to seeing you on the next Hangout maybe, or at least helping you grow your TrafficWave business and or whatever business you're promoting on the internet. Always be adding value and helping the other guy, and you'll get more than you need in return as far as business. This is Chase Swift. Have a great day. Bye for now.